What's going on, everybody? So today let's talk about Batman versus Batman. Alright, so this whole dceu and the Hamadaverse continues, and some of you might be saying no it doesn't. Yes it is. Alright, I'm gonna point out some things that I've been looking at and keeping an eye on what's going on with this whole merger and everything. Alright, let's kind of break it down real quick, but check it out. Alright, so now they're talking about that they want Matt Reeves to continue with the Batman and everything that he's doing with his whole universe of the Hamadaverse. And no matter what you say, that's going to remain, because Walter Hamada, under his regime, that's what he established, and his legacy is going to continue. Because as long as work is being done from what he did, that's exactly what it will continue to do. So what David Zaslav needs to do is keep doing what he's doing, continue kicking ass, cleaning house, and just restore the Snyderverse. And okay, if he doesn't want to restore it, then at least continue with Ben Affleck, because Ben Affleck is back, and now they're delaying Aquaman because of they're probably doing more reshoots and adding Ben Affleck's Batman in it. The same thing with the Flash. And it's interesting because you have now two Batmans within Warner Brothers. Now if they're trying to establish two separate universes that they're never going to meet, then that's fine. I'm cool with that. All right, but let's focus real quick. You have Matt Reeves' universe. They're giving him all these projects, all these movies, with TV shows and what-off spin-offs. If you're gonna do that, just do not ever bring it into the DCEU. Don't do like what you did with Spider-Man, with Sony, and try to bring all the Batmans and unite them and let's have them team up. No, just keep it separate. If it's gonna be like that, that's fine. The same with Joker, and they keep it under the DC Dark label if you're gonna keep it. And focusing with Ben Affleck, continue with the DCEU. Right now, everything is on pause until 2023. Everything is up in the air, and David Zaslav is just completely, he's chopping all the fat and he's trimming everything that's useless. And that's good, because we don't need no woke content, and we don't need no trash like they were gonna do with Batgirl. And some of you are offended and hurt because of that, but good. You know what? That's good, because we don't need crap like that. We need the Batman with Ben Affleck. We need, more of Ben Affleck. It just boggles my mind how evil these people at WB are, that they don't want to give Ben Affleck his solo film, because they know, they're scared, because now that they've established under the Hamadaverse, and even though Walter Hamada is going to be gone in October, as long as you have Matt Reeves continuing with the Batman, you're still continuing the garbage of the Hamadaverse. I don't care what anybody says, all right? Facts are facts, and that's just going to slow down everything what David Zaslav is doing, because even though David brought on people that he that they can help, quote unquote, the company, I still don't trust those rats, because they could be paid friends from Walter Hamada, and from the outside, Walter can still be, hey, continue what we were trying to establish. Now that you're in power, I'm not going to be in power, and just continue doing what I was trying to do. And he's probably slipping them a check under the table, and some of you guys might be like, oh no, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's exactly how these businesses work, because under the table people pay things and they try to sabotage and destroy things from the inside out. But you have Ben Affleck. Everybody wants it. Discovery knows it. Warner Brothers knows it. They all know that we, the consumer, the paying fan, the people that are paying, want to see more Ben Affleck. What's the problem? What's the delays? You've had this actor and you have this character and have no idea what to do with it. You have Henry Cavill, Superman. He's waiting. Give him a call. Pay the man his money. Pay him what he wants, and let's continue these movies. The same thing with Ben Affleck. The same thing with Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher wants an apology. Just apologize to the man, and that's it. Just give us what we want with the movies. That's what we want, the cinematic universe. Stop building these things. Stop putting all these the steps in the middle where like, oh, let's do this spin-off. Let's do that spin-off. No, just continue one thing and stick to it. Look at Shazam. It's getting delayed also. Just go ahead and talk to the directors. Have everybody sit down, come to an agreement, work out the payment plans or whatever you're going to do about budgeting, and move forward together. You have the most iconic characters, right? Batman, that everybody knows, and you don't know how to use them. And it makes no sense, and it's just foolishness. It's just complete foolishness that they're doing this for all these years. And that's because when it comes to it, Batman versus Batman, how many polls have we had? We've had a shitload of polls, and everybody always picks Ben Affleck as number one. Why? Because that's what we want. I don't want a weak looking, fairy tale looking vampire Batman like what's this guy, Robert Pattinson. I want Ben Affleck, the brute, the badass, the dude that's been through shit for years. He even says in Batman vs. Superman, he's like 30 years in Gotham. He's been fighting, So it's like, I want that torn down Batman, that he's been through shit already. He's tired of all these criminals, You can do so many spin-offs. Do a spin-off with Joker, with Jared Leto. Continue the nightmare scene. You can do spin-offs and all that, and you'll make money. This is why Warner Brothers is losing so much money, because they don't know what they're doing. They brought this to themselves. And it's sad, because as a DC fan, it's really exhausting. It's completely tiring trying to support a company that's completely a mess. That they want to do this. They move one step forward, and then they move 5 steps backwards. They move 10 steps forwards, and then they move 30 steps backwards. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole point. And again, that's why it comes down Batman versus Batman. Why? Because I love Ben Affleck. I don't like Robert Pattinson. He's never going to be my Batman. And some of you might agree with it. He's just not Batman material. The movie was boring. The movie was bland. The movie was whack. It put me to sleep. I watched it because I was interested in watching it. But it was hard because it's very boring. The movie's very, very boring. I get it that they're doing the detective side, but that's boring. I want action. I want Batman smashing skulls, beating the crap out of these clowns and all these goons and everything that, that's in Gotham and all that stuff. I don't need Batman knocking at the door of the Iceberg Lounge and saying, hey, can I speak to Cobblepot? Come on, man. Batman's not about that. Batman's about, he's kicking ass, and that's exactly what we want. We want that roughness. Some of you might not want it, but hey, that's what we want. So, when it comes down to it, and the same thing, Michael Keaton was badass in his times. I grew up with him, watching his movies and stuff. But that was for the time of the 80s and the 90s, not anymore. So I'm glad they canceled Batgirl because of that. So go ahead, reshoot, take your time, but let us know that Ben Affleck is still the Batman of the DCEU. And as always, if you like the content, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, all that good stuff, and until next time.